Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, where we talk with local entrepreneurs, share motivation, network with one another, and pick up a tip or two on how not to burn your business to the ground. I'm your host, Spencer Ward. All right. As always, we're sponsored by Health West. Great organization, great people. Give them a try, give them a holler. Find where they're closest, nearest to you through Google. We're also sponsored by my company, New Clean Commercial Cleaning. If you need any janitorial needs or carpet cleaning needs or any of the fun stuff that you don't want to do yourself, give us a call, 208-254-7070, and we will be the ones to take care of you. Let us know you heard us on the podcast. And, coming in now into cold and flu season, we've got a cool little fogging machine that we can bring into your office absolutely for free, no strings attached, just by saying you heard about us on the podcast. So we'll reset your office, help Peter and Kelly and all those people that like to get sick every other month stay a little healthier for you. All right. Today, man, I wanted to talk more about you can't do it all. We're going to talk more about the bigger companies, and if you're not over $1 million in sales right now, don't turn this off. But we are going to talk more to the people that are their companies that are over $1 million in revenue and sales. But it doesn't mean if your company is not at that mark, this is not important, because it is. You should just be doing this sooner with your company, because it'll make your company run better and it'll be more sellable as you do this. So once your company crosses that $1 million mark in revenue, something has to change. Okay, if you're the owner and you're still running every job, making every decision, everything has to change. You're not leading a business anymore. You're babysitting one, and that's really what it comes down to. When you think that you can continue to do it all and you've just creeped over $1 million, or maybe you've hit 1.1 and you're like, okay, we're going to keep trunking forward. You're not. I'm telling you the hard truth right now. You're going to become stagnant. You're going to become stagnant. You're going to hit that bottleneck. Your business can only grow to the levels you can control. And that control at some point becomes your cage. I know this because I have been here, people. I've done it. Alex Hormozi says the reason most entrepreneurs get stuck is because they think they have to do more when they really need to build better systems. And that is amazing, because especially in Idaho, we're hardworking people, and we're constantly thinking, you know what, I gotta do more. I gotta wake up early. I gotta go to bed later. Maybe I have to miss Tommy's softball game or baseball game or soccer game or Kelly's little gymnastics competition. No, you don't. You have systems in place, and that way you don't have to miss that kind of stuff. And your wife still likes you, and your kids still like you, and you can still hang out with your friends here and there. I'm not talking about work-life balance. I'm just talking about having a life that's worth living. So let's get on with it. The only way to scale and to stay sane is to have SOPs. What are SOPs? Standard operating procedures. We talked about this quite a bit in past episodes. SOPs are how you move from chaos to consistency. They're how teams know exactly what to do, how to do it, and how to measure success without you breathing down their neck. When SOPs are running your company, not you, that's when you finally have a business that can function, grow, and even be sold one day. Who doesn't want that? I think everyone wants that. My coach, friend, and Carl Allen, he owns Dealmaker Wealth Society. Awesome dude. He's had plenty of years, many, many years in the mergers and acquisitions field. He said businesses that rely on the owners aren't valuable, they're vulnerable. So, people, we can't just learn from the hard lessons. We can't keep learning from getting, hit over our head with a hammer all the time. Sometimes we can take other people's advice. And I believe me, I was the type of person I'm like, you know what? I got to learn it the hard way. I got to get hit over the head with a hammer a few more times to learn it, But you don't have to learn that way. You can learn from these smarter people that have been there, done that. So think about that. If businesses only work because you do, it's not an asset, it's a liability. Okay. Even if you don't plan on selling your company right now, you should build it as if you are. Nick Bradley, who I've met, and is also a great guy, very smart guy. He was in the mergers and acquisitions world for many years. He said this: when you build with the end in mind, every decision becomes sharper. You stop building for comfort and start building for freedom. The end goal, whether it's selling, stepping back, or passing it down, forces you to create real systems, people. Delegate and get out of the weeds. And I'm telling you, you think you're to yourself, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time to you know to jot down everything I do and how I solve this problem and how I do this and how I do that. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy. Well, you're going to get so busy that you're going to have to force yourself to sit down and actually do it. Okay. It's, you don't want to stagnate. You don't want to be stagnant and you don't want to, you know, put your company through that. If you're competitive like I am, and you want to see those revenue dollars continue to creep up, and also the net profit dollars creep up, which is also very important. It's the most important. You got to have systems in place because that's what controls everything. Okay. Letting go is scary. I get it, you know, but if you don't learn to trust the systems and the people you've got in place, you'll be chained to that business forever. And I've seen many business owners just like that. You got to believe in the process. And if your people can't follow it, you have to be willing to replace them. And it's hard because you're thinking, I've been with Shelly or Peter for many, many years. They're like family to me. Okay, but if they can't run those systems, you got to replace them. That's tough, especially when some of those people have been with you since the beginning. I totally get that. I've been there, done that. But as the saying goes, the people who got you here aren't always the people who can get you there. If you can't adapt, if they can't grow with the systems, they'll eventually hold you back. And your job as the owner is to protect the mission, not the comfort. Here's the mindset shift, guys and gals. You are no longer the worker. You are the architect. You design the machine, document how it runs, hire the right operators, and then trust it to do its job. And I'm telling you, when you actually do that and you have a company that's running that way, yeah, there's going to be hiccups here and there, and you fix that. But then you keep dialing in your systems. Like the other day, for example, uh, we have one service that we do ever so often, and we didn't have an SOP written for that service, and it went wrong. Something went wrong, and I was not happy about it. And I only had myself to blame because I didn't create a system for it. So now we do. Now we have systems that, okay, this person are in charge. Step one, step two, step three, from bidding the job to this is how it works. This is how the scope of work is put in place. This is who's communicating with the team on the ground. This is, we have these inspections that go into play. This is who you communicate after the job is done. This is how it gets invoiced. Everything relating to that job was in that scope of work now. I mean, not scope of work, SOP. But now going forward, I won't have those issues. Okay. It'll work and it'll be efficient. So, yes, that means you're going to make mistakes. People will drop the balls, but that's how you refine the system. Like I just said, you're gonna keep refining things because you're going to realize you're going to create an SOP and something's going to hit the fan, something's not going to work. Okay, cool. Don't scrap the whole thing as your total project. Just be like, oh, okay, well, point 3A didn't work. Well, we just got to scribble that out and erase that and replace it with what did work. Boom. There you go. Now it's solved. Don't say, well, that SOP doesn't work. Spencer and all these other idiots don't know what they're talking about. Well, we do because things are working. It's just sometimes there's bumps along the way. Okay. Over time, the right team with the right playbook creates consistency, predictability, and profitability. That's when your business becomes something special, something scalable, and something sellable. And everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. So if you're sitting there doing everything, sales, operations, hiring, payroll, cleaning toilets, answering the phone, and you've already over 1 million in revenue, you've hit the ceiling. I'm here to tell you right now, you've hit the ceiling. If you're a roofer and you're over $1 million a year and you're still up there roofing and hitting those nails into those shingles, you've hit the ceiling. Okay. You've got to put some systems into place. But it's time to step back and start working on the business, not in it. Document your processes, build your team, create a company that runs with or without you. Because one day, whether you sell it, pass it down, or just want more freedom, you'll be glad you did. I just listened to an episode from Nick Bradley's podcast called Scale Up, where he took the whole summer off from the podcast. And he said, just like I said, a lot of you, his listeners checked in on him. How you doing? Everything's okay. But he's like, listen, guys, I've talked to you about, scaling companies and growing companies that work without you. I'm just putting putting that into practice. I took the whole summer off. He's like, I went and visited my family in Australia. Brought my family to California. I did all the fun things, and my company still ran with me gone. And that's how we're supposed to do it. Alex Hormozi said it best. Entrepreneurs don't get paid to do, they get paid to build. And as we end, guys and gals, just remember, systems create order. People run systems. Leaders create freedom. Be happy, be grateful, and go out there and serve others. Have a great week. See ya. That's it for today's Idaho Business Podcast. Hopefully you learned something new. And if you didn't, I've got a cheat code for you. Go to theidahobusinesspodcast.com, enter your email, and get my 20 golden rules for business. It's packed with my best advice, plus it's free. Subscribe, leave a review, share this with a friend. Until next time, keep hustling, keep laughing, and keep Idaho awesome.